Namaste. Today I am going to talk about the general bullish trend and the bearish trend, how to connect with the astrology. Now the point is the Guru and Rahu is going to meet. Saturn and Rahu has already met. So three malefic planets are meeting across. Now this is happening in the 12th house of the Indian astrology. Now how does it reflect in the stock market? First, the stock market will become bearish. Now whenever there is a malefic planetary combination, whenever Saturn Rahu meets, Guru Rahu meets, Mars Rahu meets, there is a malefic event which is going to trigger. The WTC tower in 2001 was hit when it was Mars and Ketu was together. So it kind of created a huge war-like situation. Now which house that really matters? In India's 12th house, which has been happening across, so what are the implication of it? The first and the foremost implication is many IPO, the initial public offering, will not be coming across. Now if you see earlier few months, there was huge surge in the IPO. There were one person who was trying to outbeat the other. The LIC brought a big IPO. Then there was Zomato, that all those companies, tech companies, brought their IPO across. So the first impact of the bearish market is the IPO will start coming down. When the IPO goes up, it is generally considered a bull market. So the first thing is, whenever Guru Rahu, Saturn Rahu meets across, it will get reflected in the physical reality as an IPO market. The second thing is, whenever Guru Rahu, Saturn Rahu meets across, the PE of the Indian stock market will go up. The PE ratio will go up. Earlier the PE ratio was 21 and now the PE ratio has become 24. The minimum PE ratio which has to be there, which has to be 20, below the 20. If you take the world stock market across, there are many countries whose PE ratio is very less. So the FIIs are taking all the money from the Indian market. Our market is overvalued, so they are trying to go elsewhere. All these so-called influencers have no clue. They expect the FIIs to come back, foreign institutional investors to come back, and they try to tell, oh, they will come back. No, they are not going to come back without Saturn Rahu, Guru Rahu separating itself. So that is the first thing. When the Saturn Rahu, Guru Rahu separates itself, the PE ratio will automatically come down. So that is a very important indicator. The third one is, whenever Guru Rahu meets, the banking industry will undergo huge shift. For example, when the Guru is a planet of finance, when it meets Rahu across, there is a huge fluctuations in the banking industry. Now you see there are a lot of banks which are closing in America. There are problematic banks in Europe. There will be problematic banks in the Asia. The entire banking industry will undergo a huge shift and across as a person. So the point is, now banking stocks are bound to correct. The Nifty is bound to correct. The banking Nifty is below 30,000. It might further correct to 27, 26 also. That is the problem. Now the so-called influencers, the so-called peddlers of knowledge try to tell you falsely, because they don't have a technique, they don't have a time-based technique, they don't have a complete understanding. They simply try to ape the West, so they want to vomit the theory. One vomit will be vomited by others, will be again vomited by others. So they will tell FIIs will come back, banking stocks will do well. No, they are not going to do well across. Now such a clarity they cannot talk stock and they will change their opinion every 3 months across. The market become bullish, oh I told it bullish. When the market become bearish, the market become bearish. They have no idea because their techniques are limited across. You cannot imitate Warren Buffett. Virat Kohli cannot imitate Gavaskar way of playing. He has to find his own way. So these influencers should stop imitating the West and use the Indian astrology technique to find out how the market goes. It is very, very consistent across. Now, for example, I checked with the Diwali trade. The Diwali trade happened in Mesha Lagna. All the planets were in 6-12. According to the rules of Indian astrology, whenever many planets are there in 6-12, the market is bound to correct. The person is going to have a difficult time across. That is what the great astrological text talks about. Now, without understanding, they have been telling, oh, the market will reach 21,000, the bank nifty will reach 41,000. In fact, I expect the market to go 30,000. No, it's not going to go because the PE ratio is very high and the Guru Rahu combination which is reflecting, which is one of the biggest problem across. Now, these people, the so-called influencer, imitative influencers who try to read books like Reminiscence of Stock Traders, do not understand that astrology has a tremendous influence across. Now, if you take Adani stocks, many planets are in 6, 8, 12. That is why when the Jupiter was about to shift, the Adani stocks corrected. I will put the Adani stocks and tell you across. So the point is, now it is the same planetary transit time which has come like Arshad Mehta. So the point is, the market is going to correct, the market is going to be in a bearish mode, the number of IPOs is going to come down, the FIs is going to take flight, the number of DIS, domestic institutional investor, who will be investing money a lot. Now I am lucky because I am intelligent, I believe in tradition, I have knowledge of the Western principles of stock market analysis, and I have integrated with the Indian stock market analysis. That is why I am able to talk very, very clearly across. That is the reason across. I don't condescend my tradition. I don't look down upon a tradition. I do not worship the white man's skin. I try to worship the rishis across, and I am not trying to be arrogant. So remember, the market is going to be bearish because the Guru Rahu, Saturn Rahu is meeting across. Thank you.